Hello everyone, it's James and Prod, SOULCare. Good afternoon, good morning, good night. From wherever you are around the world, I'm using a different room today. Part of my mission for this, not getting bored during this time of staying inside. We have 8 people, good. Hello. 13, good. This is my other office here. Hi, Sherry. Hello, Twyla. Martha. Hello there. And hello, Seattle. Hello. I'm going to try to, can you see? I'm going to try to play some things here to hold the phone. It'll be easier. The lighting might not be as bright, but that's good. Good. I don't like myself without the mustache. I really don't. I feel like I need something else in my face. I'm not used to it. Hello, everyone. It's very sunny here in California. That's why it's so bright in this room. But my face looks very red because of it. I just finished Pilates. I do twice a week, and I swim 4 days a week. And I try to do elliptical 4 days a week. Hello, Candace. Idaho, good. Hello, Johnson. Normaline. I have to go see the eye doctor because my eyes are, I need glasses, I think. I look very different without the mustache. Excuse me. I do. I look very different. I'm not sure about if I like it. I have the mustache for so many years, so it's just temporary. It's doing something I've always wanted to do, which I told you earlier in this time where I'm quarantined. It's good to do something that you always wanted to do in your life. So I want to give it a try. Plus, I had to see what it looks like under there. Thank you, Paula. Where in Long Island are you from, Julie? Hi, Jim. Your anniversary today with heaven. Okay. Now, I want to ask you, do you look at 42 years in heaven? How has your life changed in 42 years? For the better, I hope. I hope it has. Hope you use that experience to better yourself and everyone in your life. Hi, Julie. Connie, when it started mediumship work, was it difficult for you to separate your personal life with your professional life? In the beginning, it was hard to do that, separating my personal life from my professional life, but I knew that my mediumship was indeed my profession, my career, and it became my life. So in the early stages, you'll have them separated for sure. But you start working and you blend in your mediumship with your everyday life, because it's really what it is. It's a life. It's a lifestyle. It's the way you live your life. It's through mediumship. And I love that. And it's nothing like you tell people, oh, I'm a medium, I got to go to a certain meeting or do this. It's just a way you are. I think going out and telling people, expelling your greatness and how good you are, oh, I'm a medium, I talk to dead people, but I can't do it today. I don't believe in that. I think self-promotion, advertising, I'm not into. I'm really not. I think that's wrong. I think it's doing it for the wrong reasons. And I was talking to Julie's on here the other day. I was talking to Julie and I said, and I talked with other people, I think, forgive me, Julie, other people as well. We're in a group meeting. And we talked about the soul in mediumship. Really, the part of mediumship is developing not only your mediumship skills, per se, but you're developing your soul self. You're becoming more keenly aware of your soul's callings, your soul expressing itself in this art form, which is what mediumship is. Mediumship is an art form. So it's expressing it yourself in this art form. And as in any art form, there are certain things, methods, ways you have to emphasize in the mediumship and also know when to pull back. It's too much. So I find with mediumship, the more subtler you are, the better the craft will be, the better the work will be, and the better the work will be understood by everybody. So if you're a medium out there and you're trying to make everyone know, I'm really good, I got you 7 pieces of evidence, or I'm very good, that's very good, that's not what you want to do. You want to present it in a way where it becomes very normalized. It's like a conversation. And that's what it should be. It shouldn't be anything special that you are doing, because you're really just a cog on the wheel. I mean, there's so much more to it than just what you're doing. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. So any developed mediums should always be very humbled and not worrying about getting it, getting that. They have to become it. They have to blend so much that they become that message. They become in that wave, going through that wave. That's what mediumship is. And that's why I talk a lot about the development of mediumship. You have to develop your pacing the correct way. You can't rush into it and just go all over the place, because you'll miss out on a lot of the most important parts. Okay? It's like opening the hood of a car. And you have to know every single part of that car, but you have to know inside and out. You have to be able to take the part off the engine and know what tool it takes to take it off and put it back on. So it's that finesse. It's that sense of humbleness. It's that sense of, you got to be so respectful of the spirit world. And then, of course, the great wonder of this world here, to put this together. The sun coming up in the morning, the moon at night, and the clouds and the weather and the nature. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, that we get up every morning, we breathe, we have bodies. It's just, that's the wonderment of it. And I have that with gratitude with that every morning. I think, wow, another day is great, creating this wonderful place for us. So that's the way I feel you have to be with mediumship. Long answer to your question. Long answer to your question. What did you say? Delivery people? Oh, you're having lunch? Yes, the healing course. We just started the healing course, so you're on it now. You can take it again. We're still doing it. You missed one call the other night, but it was a good call. But we had 2 other calls and a lot of videos happening, so you can still buy the healing course. You're welcome. I was going to do. Would you like me to do a little meditation today? A soul journey, I call it. I'm just going to answer some questions too while I'm waiting for that. Why do some people, from Jane, why do some people why do people say to pull energy from the earth and others say to pull it through the crown chakra? I do both. But I find that the people that are very grounded and stable don't need as much earth energy as cosmic energy. So you might find that's a person who needs more, 60% cosmic, 40% earth. That happens. Each person is a different percentage. I can tell you right away when someone talks to me, I can tell you exactly what the percentages they need. Some people are so grounded, it seems, sometimes. They like to talk about fairies and the angelic kingdom and this, because it gets them out of that physicalness and there's something else. And instead of doing the mechanical way with visualization and working the energy that way, those other things like angels, fairies, realms, helps them to leave to get to that side. So, we've had a lot of questions, which is great. That's how we learn. Having many dreams. Yes, the number one way they come through dreams. What happens to the soul when you die? Michelle, this is it, baby. This is it, baby. This is about as much as what happens. Nothing. So everyone that's waiting for this big old, it's going to be painful and horrific and terrible. None of that exists. It's like taking a breath and having a printer go on all of a sudden. Okay. The printer is going on by itself. Something happens in my house. Printer. Oh, now it's not doing. Oh, that decided not to work. Okay. Later on, we'll get that, I guess. So, what were we talking about? I'm sorry. My God. Oh, so when we die. So really what it is, it's just a breath out. So when you exhale, it's like dying. So when you go to sleep at night, your soul leaves the body through the breath. You're not consciously aware of it, but it comes out of the physical body, and you go to the spirit side of life, your home. And it's very natural. And at death, which is something to look forward to, because all of your loved ones are there and you're finished with this down here. Hopefully you've done a good job with the time you've been given down here, because this is a gift, it really is. And you will see, when you pass over, it'll be a very physical world, very much a house of physical things like houses and parks and lakes and golf courses if you want that, and everything here but better. Colors that we don't have here, they have there. Oh, it's printing now. Okay. Letter from God. So it's more vivid, and it's our home, and we feel, this is our home. And it takes sometimes a little bit of an adjustment for some whose heads are so much in the earth, three-dimensional world. Sometimes takes a little bit of help from those at the other side who are helpers, practitioners who help people over. Plus, your loved ones on the other side will help you because they went through the same thing you did. So it's almost like sometimes you could say like a little kid learning to walk, that sort of thing. But it's not such a big deal. It's a relief. It's a relief for everyone. I've never had one spirit come through and say, "Oh, I really miss those. This poisoning. That my body was diseased and ridden and I couldn't walk. I really miss that." I haven't had any of that. It's the opposite. So now that you know that there is life after death and we do survive, and it's no big thing per se, you have to live accordingly. You've got to live responsibly. You've got to live mindfully. That you know that there is life after death based upon what you think, what you do, what you create, what words that you say, ways you act. If you treat people badly, you're going to meet that on the other side. 10 times as worse. So it's bad. People treat you badly, like neighborhoods, they treat you badly, they put you down, they whatever it is, and bullying, people, people angry at you or something, person directs you, and saying things that are stupid things, really. You never should do that. It'll come back to them. It's energy. It gets everywhere. And that level of energy, let's say someone does something bad and upsets another person, and they deliberately did it. When they pass over, they're going to see that act and feel it 10 times stronger from their part of what they did, and it's hard for them then to forgive themselves. It takes them a while. So in the Catholic tradition, they talk about purgatory. I kind of believe purgatory is kind of like that wait station until you really go through all those different tests that you didn't pass, things you should have done, things you couldn't do, make your apologies necessary to the people on the other side, and your living people. And that's why it's very important that when we get a message from somebody we never expected, we take it, because it gives them the opportunity for that one last chance to say, "I'm sorry," so they can move up and we can move up and release that. See, that's how it works. So you're not only working from the physical point of view for the people here on the earth, you're working for the spirit. You really work with the spirit world. You really are you work with them. They're your boss. Your participants are here to share in the experience and hopefully gain tools for living life. But that's something that you should know now. Now that you know there's no death, you have to live accordingly. You have to be kind to people. Whether they spit at you, throw things at you, call you names, you got to smile, because you have to be able to see God in every person. But for the grace of God, you be that way too. And probably the grace, your own way, you were that way once, and you've moved on, you've expanded, you've grown to a higher level. You're growing up. So we always have to remember that. And it's not that we're better, we're worse. We're all on different learning curves here. We're on different levels of learning. That's all it is. And all different levels is just experiences. It's not better or worse, it's experiences. So when spirit, I'm sorry, we're going off on a tangent, if that's okay, I'm just inspirational talking, if that's okay with you. No, you don't do that. It's a pen holder. So when spirits talk about, living a life well lived, and I try my best, and that's hard. I'm someone who's been doing this for 40 years, and it's hard every day. It's hard every day because you have this came up earlier, the question about living your work, the medium, and living in the earth world. You have to continuously live in the earth. You have to continuously live in the humans. And humans are very, for the most part, not all of them, I can't say that, are limited in their view. They see you and they judge you without knowing you. They put you in a box because they like to put things in box, compartmentalized. They feel safer that way. And they also feel they can control their world that way. Okay? And that's not how it is. Everyone is different. Everyone is different. People have different gifts, abilities. Some people play a piano. Some people cook a great peach cobbler. We all have different things. But we've got to be able to honor the expressive, creative gifts of another person. Because really, the biggest illusion we have here in this earth world is that we're separate. We're separate from everybody. We're not separate. It's just the opposite. We have the same color of blood as everybody. We breathe in the same air as everybody. And we are, obviously now, because we're all quarantined around the globe. Let's hope that one of the positive aspects that come from this virus is that people realize we're all in this together. That even though I have social gatherings in my house, that affects people away from here. So it just gets me to I don't know. Like, for instance, in my neighborhood, they had a party the other night. I'm like, a party? What? Party? And I'm thinking to myself, people know this. People know you're not supposed to be to, because they've proven that the further away, the longer the flatter, and it'll help everybody. And yet people still feel they can come together. There was even a lady, a true story. Someone said there's a true story in this area we live, La Costa area in San Diego. And a lady wrote on Facebook or tweeted it out, "Is there anybody that knows someone to do my nails, because my nails guy won't come in? Anybody home visits?" It's wild. It's just you got to live your life, and you got to do the best you can, and treat others with respect. So when you pass over, you look back at your life and say, "Wow, look at that." So maybe, it's almost like a piggy bank, putting positive things in that piggy bank, those little pennies or good thoughts or good actions, put them in. Don't worry about them. And later on, when you get to the side, you'll have your worth. All right, okay, this goes on to another story I want to tell you quickly. All right, so this is someone told me this early on in my career, and I think you will love this, and please use this in your life, okay? So this very wealthy man, I would say Donald Trump, some wealthy man in the earth, time to go, passes out of the body, meets St. Peter at the gate. And St. Peter at the gate goes, yes, and he goes, yes, I just passed away, my name is Ulysses, whatever. And he goes, okay, yes, we're waiting for you, please come in. So they go into this beautiful garden, like it's Wizard of Oz. There's like golden floors and trees that are singing and beautiful colors, and people are happy and joyful running around. Kids are playing, and they go further down the road. And he says, St. Peter, is my house coming up soon? He goes, yes, yes. Well, one of these should be my house, because there were castles. They were just incredible castles, aesthetically perfect, and the size and the design perfect. And he goes, I had several of these houses when I was alive. And St. Peter looks at me and says, yes, you know. And they make a right turn down this pathway, and the light tends to get dimmer. It's getting dimmer. It's like, and this Ulysses turns to St. Peter, and he said, God must have made a mistake. I couldn't live here. These are small than the other houses. This is not my house. This can't be this way. And St. Peter looked at him and said, God doesn't make mistakes. So they're going down further, and this man thinks St. Peter doesn't know what he's doing. And they go around this curve, they're going lower, and it's darker and darker, and soon you can't see anything, except these like bushels in the area. And Ulysses said, you had made a big mistake. These can't be houses; they're hovels. And he said, St. Peter said, God doesn't make mistakes. And he said, well, I don't understand. Well, where's mine? And he looks right over there, barely can see this little thing, dark, right? That cannot be my house. I've had the biggest house in the world. I've had staffs that run these houses. I've had thousands of people work for me. And St. Peter looked at me and said, we could only build with the materials you sent us. I'll wait for it. So that tells it that tells you all. And you should tell that story to people, and you should try to live like that. Seriously, you should live like that. And even if you live like that thinking, oh God, I don't want to live bad, fine, that'll get you into the way of thinking. And the way of thinking is a lifestyle which you're really proud of, and how you treat someone you're proud of. And after you hurt somebody, you can have boundaries. You can have boundaries and say, you know what, it's not working for me. You know, I told you before that we all come in at different levels, and that there are some souls that don't understand, sixth grade algebra. They're second graders. So they just don't have that experience. So you can't judge them because you just push their buttons. Try to, on their level, you got to talk down to them so they'll get it. So when I wrote Talking to Heaven, all my books really, but Talking to Heaven and Reaching to Heaven especially, were books that when I wrote them, when Spirit's coming through, and I'm much more familiar with Spirit now, then I was just like, I can imagine the force that they had to deal with forming me. I realized I had to spoon feed everybody, because I was the only medium out there really at the time on television. And people looked up to me, and I loved that the respect that I had for the work. I had such respect for the work, and I wanted other people to. I had to spoon feed everyone that they understood exactly what I was going through. So I made the books extremely simple. Anybody can read them. And not too simple. It's an everyday life. And it's a very real story. And that's why it was #1 for 26 weeks. And why people still come up to me and say, that was the best book about spirituality and life after death I've ever read. I say, thank you. That was our intent. So if you live that way, do right things, things you're proud of, helping people, that's what you're up to. Toward the end of your life, in my 60s now, people come up to me all the time, with cameras and books, and just send me cards and tell me how I've changed their lives. That's what you want. You want to make an influence, whatever field you're in. Mediumship, you can do human resources, whatever place you're in, do the best you can. Have passion, have heart for the work that you're doing. Otherwise, don't do that work. All right? Well, I think I've said enough today. And I'll be back with you tomorrow. We'll do the meditation tomorrow. But it's a meditation, a mind journey, where I want to take you to a space in the spirit world. And you could say, well, did I make it my imagination, or did my higher self make this room up? Which I think it might have been. We'll see. But it'll be a room in the spirit we're going to do tomorrow. All right, so thank you, everybody. And remember, the healing course, certification course, It's a good deal. It's on right now. And phone call still. Okay, thanks. Lots of love.